guys, welcome to Magic Makeup. Today I'm going to go over with you guys a little bit about skincare and a little bit about what you may need in your kit if you want to start doing makeup. If you already done makeup and you just want to expand your collection, or if you just want to learn something new. I already did my skincare today. And I'm also going to do a little tutorial on how to do just a simple nude eyeshadow look. I'll keep it simple and maybe do like 1 or 2 eyeshadows with you. Normally I'm up to about 3 or 4 eyeshadows, and I do a lot of blending and I make it look as pretty as I can. But today I'm going to keep it as simple as possible for you so you can follow along and maybe try this yourself. You do not have to use any of the products that I show you today. You can either use a different brand. You don't have to use the product if you don't like it. This is just what works for me. Everybody is different. You can always find something that works better for you. So let's get started with skincare. So today I actually didn't use this one specifically, but I really like Biore. Biore is a very good brand. They have a lot of charcoal brands or charcoal products, and I love charcoal. This one is a rose quartz and charcoal. This is good for oily skin. I have combination oily skin and dry skin, but if you have normal skin, I'm not sure how well it'll work for you. I'm very iffy about this rose quartz one, but I have been using it just because I bought it. There's another one that I have in my bathroom that I use that I did not bring out today, but I used that one today. Another good thing to have is a mask. This isn't specifically a mask. It is called an enzyme peel. It doesn't peel or anything. This is a little bit on the pricey side, but it is really, really good. I noticed a difference using it. I only use it about once a week. I let it sit on my face after my showers and after I've washed my face, and I let it sit. I'll do my hair. I'll go eat something. Like, I'll do what I need to do, and then I will I'll leave this mask on for as long as I can. It says up to 10 minutes and then rinse off, but I got it at Ulta because one of the wonderful representatives or the workers there, they actually recommended this to me, and I love it. It smells amazing. It's papaya, so it has papaya in there, it has superfoods in there, and it leaves skin very soft. I leave it on for as long as I can, and then I take it off when I'm ready. Once I take that off, I will, or if after I wash my face and I'm not using my peel, I will always go in with a moisturizer. Always make sure you moisturize your skin. Even if you have oily skin, make sure you moisturize. Definitely, like, since I've been using and doing a skincare routine, it has definitely helped my skin. And yes, I do have some breakouts right now because of all the stress of what's going on. But going and doing a skin routine and moisturizing every day definitely helps. I personally use Clinique as my moisturizers. This is the 72-hour replenishing hydrator moisture surge. I use this during the day, right after I shower and wash my face and stuff like that. I do have a nighttime one too that I'll use if I wash my face at night. Another thing that I like to recommend is to have you can use a lip scrub. I personally use a lip scrub when I'm doing my makeup, or you can use a chapstick. I usually recommend a chapstick. Burt's Bees is my personal favorite. I always have Burt's Bees on me. I always have chapstick on me. I will use it when I'm not wearing makeup. I'll use it all day at work. I'll use it after I wash my face and everything, and then I put chapstick on before I go to bed, just so I have it. And also have an oil with you. My great aunt actually sells essential oils and everything. I know tea tree oil is really good for acne prone skin like mine, so she actually sent me a little combination that she made herself. She calls it a zit zapper, and I use it after I've done all of my products. Yes, you put on oils after your moisturizer. I learned that from Nikki Tutorials, and I actually just started that routine yesterday, and I definitely see an improvement already. It has tea tree, frankincense, lavender, and lemon essential oils, and it's blended with fractionated coconut oil. I love this stuff. Tea tree oil is supposed to be really good for your skin, so if you just want to get tea tree oil, or if you have an oil that you already love, keep using it, but I recommend doing it after your moisturizer. So I have that done already, and that's all I'm gonna do for skincare. So the next thing that you're going to use is, you don't have to have it. I know there's a lot of makeup gurus out there that say you need to have a primer. Sometimes I don't use a primer and my makeup will last all day. But if you would like to have a primer, I recommend the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is really, really good primer. I do love it. It's a little dirty, mainly because I use my brush in there. I have long nails and I don't like to get my nails stuck in there. But it is like a putty. It is a weird consistency, but it does last all day. That is on the cheaper end of things. I will post down below how much it costs. But you can get this at any drugstore if they sell e.l.f. Another good one too, this one's a little bit on a not pricey side, but it is a little bit up there. It's the Professional by Benefit. This one I used a lot of the times and I really like this one. This one's a good one, but if you want a cheaper one, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer is actually pretty good for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the products as I do them. So we're going to start off with my primer. A big thing to have in your kit too is obviously makeup brushes. Everyone does different things with their makeup. They use those little sponges. They use different little applicators, or they use the brushes that come with them, with the makeup that you buy. I personally like to buy my own makeup. Other than the Urban Decay palettes and their brushes, I usually don't use the brush that comes with the palette. I usually buy my own brushes. You can get affordable brushes, again, by e.l.f. You can get Wet n Wild brushes. Like, there's a ton of affordable options out there. But I do have like more higher end brushes, and I do have cheaper brushes, and some of them work better than others, but whatever works best for you. So we're gonna go in. I like to use a brush for my primer. Like I said, I do have longer nails. If I'm using like the Professional one, then I'll just put some on the back of my hand and I will use my finger to apply the primer. You can also just put the primer where you want your makeup to stick. I like to do the whole face, just because it gives it an even base. But there are a lot of good primers out there. I do hear that the Milk primer is actually really good. That is one I do want to try. I haven't tried it yet, but I would like to try that one. But I hear good things about that. Makes it sticky. This one actually does make it a little sticky. And then I'll go in with my fingers and kind of make sure it's all in there. And I'm also going to put my hair back because it usually helps. Alright. So the next thing that you're going to want to use is, or have in your kit, I don't always use concealer, but sometimes people only use concealer. They don't use foundation. Some people just use concealer to cover up their spots that they want to cover, and that's fine. I personally only use it under my eyes. I have this Tarte Shape Tape, which works really well, but this one in particular is actually too light for me, so I don't use this one, but it is very good. I don't know how much the price is right now, but I'll try to link as much as I can in the description below and also put the prices. This one in particular is the Maybelline Corrector Multi-Use Instant Age Rewind. This is a good concealer. I didn't find one in my shade. I don't know. I'm not really good with shade matching. So this one is just a corrector for, this is a multi-use corrector, like I said. So you can kind of use it everywhere if you'd like to. You can use it just under your eyes like I do. So what I like to do is to kind of put a triangle, a downward triangle underneath my eyes. Doesn't have to be big. Sometimes I'll put some on the corner of my mouth. I'll put a little bit up here where I have little troubled spots. Change it up today. You can use besides your brushes, another tool you can have is a beauty blender. I love beauty blenders because it blends things out very nice. All you have to do is wet them. You can get them again from e.l.f. I think Wet n Wild might have some, but they do have cheaper versions. Real Technique has them. This one is a Real Techniques one. There is this color pattern, and there's also a gray and white one. This one I've been using, and it's a little dirty, but I need to get them cleaned. So what we're gonna do, this is actually from Real Techniques. It's a kind of a mock-up of the artisanal brushes. They're a little bit cheaper than the artisanal brushes, but these ones work wonders too. I like the way these look. You can use a foundation brush if you like. This one I just personally I don't blend it out all the way from my eyes. I just kind of keep it where it is. Now the next thing you can have in your kit if you'd like to do a full face, again, like not everything is necessary in this kit. If you don't want to do a full face of makeup, you don't have to have concealer or foundation. You can just go in with the eye products and the lip products. You can just do eyes if you like to do that. I sometimes, if my skin's looking good, sometimes I don't even use foundation or any face products. I'll just use eyeshadow and lipstick and mascara, and that's fine. Like whatever you want to do. That's the one thing I love about this art form, is that you can do whatever fits you, and you can do whatever makes you happy. And if you feel like you look good and you just want to put eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick on, go ahead and do it. I have friends who do that, or they just put foundation on during the day or whatever. The foundation I use, I love the NARS foundation. I can't remember the full name of it, but I just broke it a few weeks ago, so I had to go and get a new foundation, and a lot of people recommended me the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I am in the shade 125 Nude Beige. This works wonders. I actually really like this. I ended up buying a second bottle before I'm even done with this one, just in case I run out. It is kind of a small bottle. It retails for about $8, $9. It works very well. So this is a good starter foundation if you're looking to start your kit. So I recommend this one. This one works really well. And again, it works really well with the Age Rewind, since they're both the same brand. Usually the same brands work with each other. That's not always the case, but for the most part, that's what works. But this is what works best for me, so I'm just going to pour some on my brush. Normally I will use a beauty blender, but today we're going to go in with the brush. I'm going to put the lid on because, knowing me, I will spill it. I kind of dab some on each of my areas. Make sure you blend down into the neck as well. Now this is a light coverage foundation. It's not very full coverage, but you can build it up. It does build up pretty well. I I go back and forth between full coverage and light coverage foundations. I really like light coverage because I don't get as cakey and melty throughout the day. I do live in Florida, so sometimes keeping my foundation on is a struggle, and I am still trying to perfect my face look. I have my eyes down, they can stay all day and not budge, but for some reason, I think it's just because the humidity in Florida, like, I cannot get my foundation to stay sometimes. But this foundation is really good. It stays more than any of the other foundations I've ever used. I've used NARS, like I said. I've used IT Cosmetics. Theirs is really good. I had I think their BB cream. It also had an SPF in it. Another tip too, if you live in a sunny place like I do, like Florida, if you live in Texas, somewhere like there, or if you're in the sun all the time, no matter where you are, try to get an SPF, either a product with an SPF in it, or try to wear sunscreen. There is a sunscreen that I use. It's specifically for your face. I think it's by Hawaiian Tropic, if I'm not mistaken. I'll link it down below. But try to put on an SPF. I don't plan on going in the sun with my makeup today, so I'm not going to apply that. But if you do work in the sun, or if you're out in the sun quite often, I do recommend using an SPF underneath your makeup, or if you have a product like a foundation or a moisturizer or anything like that that does have SPF in it, then yes, and use what you can. There's plenty of drugstore sunscreens out there that you can use. Another thing you can have in your kit is, if you do use foundation, or even if you use just concealer, I like to have a setting powder, a translucent powder. You can get one kind of closer to your skin tone. This one is the All Nighter by Urban Decay. It is a waterproof setting powder. I really like this one, if you couldn't tell. There's another one that I use by Urban Decay. I can't think of the name of it right now, and I don't have it with me, so that one I will post down below as well, if I remember to. But this one I like to go in with a kabuki brush. This one is by e.l.f. I have another one, I think by Tarte, and I like to kind of go in and kind of brush all around. Some people go in with a thicker brush too. You can do that. I just like to do this because it's kind of gets everywhere. I don't bake or anything. You can bake your under eyes if you would like to, or you can use a setting powder with a wet beauty sponge, and you can set your makeup like that. I'll do that every once in a while. I have a loose setting powder that I use sometimes, and I'll use the beauty blender or beauty sponge to go in and set my makeup. But whatever works best for you. This I just like because it is more portable, so I'll take it with me when I go to the parks, or I'm always at the theme parks, so when I do my makeup and I do go to the theme parks, I usually bring extra makeup with me because it is hot. Alright, next thing we can get into is if you contour. Now you can stop at this step if you'd like to do the full face and you don't want to do contouring and highlighting. I didn't do contouring and highlighting for the longest time. I just didn't think I'd be good at it. I was like, I don't need to do it. But for some reason, I got hooked into it, and now I have to do it whenever I do a full face. I can't not do it. So this one is actually my favorite. This is the only contour palette I've used. It only has one shade, so of course if you need a darker shade or anything like that, there are plenty of other contour palettes out there. If you need a lighter shade, if you need a darker shade, there are plenty of them out there. This one personally works for me. I'm kind of like a medium skin tone. So I use, and it also, cool thing about this one is that it comes with 2 highlighters, so you have choices of highlighters. So if you're just getting into highlighting and contouring, I recommend this palette. The contour color is called Chisel, the top highlight color is called Gleam, and the middle one is called Burst. I really like Gleam a lot because it kind of goes with the neutral highlighting, or the neutral colors that I usually use for work. So you can see that I've kind of dug into that a little bit. Burst is more of a yellowy gold. It is really pretty. It is really, really pretty, but I don't use a lot of golds. If you can see that, I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but they are very pretty colors. I do like Gleam a lot, which is the top one, but for now we're gonna go in with a angled brush. I like to use an angled brush for contouring. This is one of my favorite brushes. It has unicorns on it. Isn't it cute? It's Lisa Frank. I got it in an Ipsy bag. I don't do Ipsy anymore. I used to do it all the time. It just, the products repeat themselves after a while. So, I mean, it's worth the, I think it's worth the $10. I think it's up to $12 now a month. And, you get, I think, 5 products. Sometimes they're full size and other times they're not. Alright, so what I like to do with the contour is kind of chisel out my cheek area. So if you have never done it before, you can kind of pucker your lips like that, and then you can find out where you need to chisel. I like to blend it out too. I don't like it to be like a straight line down, but I like to kind of blend it in. And then I'll kind of come up on the forehead. I usually connect it, so it's kind of like, it comes like a horseshoe around. So that's what I like to do. Some people just like to do like the hollows near their temples, and then up on their forehead, and then the cheeks. And then sometimes underneath the chin here too. Obviously I'm not the skinniest person on the planet, but it doesn't look right when I contour under my neck area or under my chin area, so I just don't do that. But you just gotta do what's best for you. So what we're gonna do is, you can do blush, you don't have to. I am not a big blush person. This one is actually my favorite one just because it is very sheer, so you can build it up like as you work with it. You can build it up. I like a sheer blush just because I don't like a lot of blush. Usually when I put it on, you can barely notice it, but sometimes I'll put it on just to kind of give my face a little bit more color. This is Tarte in the color Corky. It is Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. It is a really pretty color. I think my friend gave this to me, and I was going to use it as a eyeshadow color, but then I decided to actually use blush. So here we are. This is a Morphe brush. If you would like to know what brushes I use, comment down below. I'll let you know if I know the names of them. So I just kind of, I don't put it like right here. I kind of bring it back a little bit, kind of like right over where the contour is. And I keep it really, really light. And sometimes you could bring it up towards your temple. Like, just to kind of give your face a little bit of extra color. Not that I need color in Florida, but sometimes your foundation's a little too light, or you're just lighter in complexion, and that's okay. I like how subtle this is. Alright, there we go. Now, my favorite thing to do, besides doing my eyeshadow, is is highlighting. I think that's everybody's favorite. Everybody in the makeup world, their favorite is highlighting. And gotta highlight to the gods. I'm actually gonna go in. I know I talked about the Tarte highlighter. I'm actually gonna go in with a Jeffree Star highlighter. If you watch me enough, or if I post enough here, you're going to see that I am obsessed with Jeffree Star cosmetics. I have a lot, and my brother is nodding yes, because he knows. He is my cameraman. And if I can get this open. But yes, my brother's my cameraman. We're doing this together, and we're having a lot of fun with it so far. He's really good with sound. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it like over the blush here. This is, this is the Skin Frost in Uranus. This was a Jeffree Star Manny MUA collab. I really like their collab. I have the lipsticks and I know they have another highlighter. I didn't get that one. I really wanted that one, but I wasn't able to. They might still have it somewhere, but for now I have Uranus. I think the other one is called Eclipse, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna take it, we're gonna put it on top of the, not like on the blush, but like over the blush. And then what I like to do is kind of bring it up, and then I bring it up right above the center of my eye. What I like about these, I love the Skin Frost by Jeffree Star, because not only you're getting a lot, these retail for I think about $32. You get a lot for your money. They are really good products. The other Jeffree Star highlighters that I do have, I got them in mystery boxes. He does do mystery boxes for certain seasons and holidays and stuff, and I got the other ones that I own. They're mystery boxes. This one I bought specifically because I wanted the collab. So we're gonna put some on the nose. And on the bridge of the nose, I got the tip and the bridge. I don't put too much on the nose, but I do enough to notice. Sometimes I go a little overboard with my highlighter. Don't we all? And then I put a little bit on the lip, like on the Cupid's bow. There we go. And there we go, we're highlighted. Okay. You can also, I like to use a denser brush. I'll tell you the name of this brush. This is the Jeffree Star Morphe JS4 brush. I personally love this one for highlighting. It is a little denser. It makes your highlighter kind of stand out more. You can use a fan brush. This one I don't like too much. I got this one because I wanted another fan brush, but this one is really, it's really loose. It's not as dense. I have this one I think I got in an Ipsy bag. This one's a little more dense. This is by, I think, Moda it's pronounced. So the fan brush. These are fan brushes. But I do like this one every once in a while. But when I really want a good highlight, like I want it to stand out, I will use a denser brush like this one. Alright. Now we have highlighted, we have contoured, we have blushed. The next thing I do recommend having in your kit, if you don't use concealer, you can use concealer as a primer for your eyes, but I recommend a primer if you're not going to use concealer. My holy grail is Urban Decay Potion Primer Potion. I got the anti-aging one. The last one I used was just the normal basic one. But this is like my holy grail, my favorite product that I have, because it'll keep my eyeshadow all day. All day. And I mean that. Also another thing, I know a lot of people do eyebrows. I personally don't do eyebrows. I have a lot of eyebrow hair, if you can't tell. They need to be touched up, but with quarantine it's kind of hard to touch them up myself. I don't want to mess them up. But if you would like to do your eyebrows, there are plenty of good eyebrow products out there. There's a lot of pencils. I think NYX has a really good one, if I'm not mistaken. I think Benefit has a good eyebrow one. But I personally don't do my eyebrows very often. If I want to color them, I will use a very thin angled brush, and I will go in and do color on them. That's usually when I do want to do like fun makeup looks, but I do not do my eyebrows. I think my eyebrows are thick enough. So we're gonna go in. This is what the applicator looks like. You can go in either with a brush and put some on a brush and put it in, or you can do this. When I do my makeup, or when I do makeup on other people, I like to use a brush just for sanitary reasons, but on me, I will just kind of put it on my eye. And then I will go in with either a brush or my finger, or whatever I feel like for the day. And kind of blend it in. Sometimes I'll put some in my under eye too, because sometimes I'll go in, but since I'm doing a simple look today, I'm probably not going to smoke out my under eye. Now here's my favorite part besides highlighting, like I said, is eyeshadow. Now this is my first eyeshadow palette, like my real eyeshadow palette. You can get little single eyeshadows. This one I got in a Nipsey bag as well. This one is called Carnival by Inspire. I don't know what it's supposed to be pronounced, but I got this one. This one's one of my favorites. And then this is my personal favorite single pot, is by Urban Decay. It is called Space Cowboy. It is literally just like a glitter, like there's not a lot of color that comes out of it, but it's just glitter, and it's really pretty by itself. It's also, I also like to use these two together, which is why I have them up here, as I did use them the other day together. I'll put the Carnival down, and then I'll use like a fluffy brush, and I will put a two layers of this on there, and it kind of gives it some sparkle. This is one of my favorite palettes. She has been loved. You can't really tell that I used her too much, because when I started getting into makeup, I started collecting palettes, and I use different ones all the time. So this one is the Naked. This is Naked 3. Like I said, this was my first ever real eyeshadow palette. I say real, I mean like expensive or like pricier eyeshadow palette. But this is what got me into doing my makeup and wanting to do my makeup, is because I got this palette, I fell in love with it, and I needed to have more. So to this day, I think I have 5 or 6 Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes. I have about 20 something eyeshadow palettes in general, but you don't need to have that many. You just need at least one eyeshadow, one of your favorites. You can have 2 if you'd like. Have as many as you want. I have a lot, so I have a lot of single eyeshadows. I like these Urban Decay pot shadows too. I have a couple NYX ones, they're really good. Another tool that I recommend having in your little kit is to have a makeup brush cleaner. This isn't actually a cleaner, it's more of a switcher. So it's kind of like a spongy little material here. And then what you do is you rub your brush on it. So see how this one had like purple and everything? It's not going to clean your brush. Don't use this to clean your brush. You need to sanitize and clean your brush. I'll make that as another video, as how I clean my brushes and my tools. I'll make that a separate video. But if you've used your brush, I don't clean my brushes every time I use them. I'm just using them on me. If I'm going to be using them on somebody else, yes, I will clean my brushes. But for now, because I'm only using them, I like to use this. Just kind of swirl it around a little bit. And then the color's a little gone there, and then there's no product left on it. And then you can use it for a different color. So since we're keeping it really simple today, I'm gonna go in and use my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette here. What I like to do, I'm going to use 3 colors and show you what I like to do. If you don't want to use a base color, what you can do is, I'm gonna go into my crease with It's called Limit. And we're going to go into the crease with a fluffy brush and kind of, I like to use sweeping motions when I put in my crease. How you know where your crease is kind of like where your brow bone and your eyeball kind of meet. It's kind of like a socket in there. Everyone's lids are different and everyone's eye shape is different. If you have to create a crease, you can do it where you'd like to. There's no right or wrong way to do things with your makeup. If you do it how you want to do it. I kind of have a set way that I do my makeup, and my palette's in my face. Wonderful. I'm teaching you very well. So we're gonna go in and do that. We're gonna do it with the other. A big tip is if you do somebody's makeup, also even if you do your own makeup, I used to do this as a habit all the time, is blowing on your brush to get the excess off. I'm trying to teach myself because I do want to make makeup a career. Learning that and teaching myself that is a big thing. It is more sanitary just by tapping your brush on something else. You can tap it on a table. But try not to blow on your brushes if you can help it. If you're just using it on yourself, I mean, do what you want, but it's a little more sanitary to do that. Alright, see, we got that in the crease. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a darker shade on the outside and in the crease as well. I kind of use them to blend them in together. So we're going to use the shade Nooner. It's right here. And I'm going to kind of pack it on to the corner. I'm not going to sweep. I'm just going to pack it on. So I'm going to tap it on. You can go from your lash line up into your crease. And then keep going in until you have it at the opacity you would like. You can do this with any colors you want. This is kind of my basic, what I normally do, like my normal routine of makeup. Maybe not this palette, but this is just what I do with normal. I usually have 3 or 4, sometimes 5 colors in my eye going on at one time just to keep it all blended out and make it look nice. But you can go in with 1 color, you can go in with 2 colors, whatever you would like to do, whatever is easiest for you. I used to just do 1 color all the time and called it a day, and then I started using 2 colors, and then now I'm up to sometimes 5 colors, depending on the look that I'm doing. So I'm kind of gonna tap it into my crease here and back into my lash line. So it's kind of like a, I don't know what shape to call that, but it's in the crease and it goes down to the lash line in the corner. And then what I'll do is I'll take that fluffy brush I used before for my crease and I'll blend it out. So gently, using a soft hand, just gently sweeping back and forth to kind of blend it in. I kind of blend it up toward the eyebrow. Keeping it soft still, but I'll blend the bottom part too. And then I'll also blend on the lid just to soften the outline. So then once you have that the way you like, go back in with the darker shade. Hopefully I'm making sense. And tapping the darker shade back onto the inner corner. My mom calls me Edward Scissorhands because I'll hold all my brushes all at one time. So you'll see me with multiple brushes in my hand, and she likes to call me Edward Scissorhands. But go back in and blend the colors together until it's how you like it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it because everyone's preferences are different. Make sure that the edges aren't harsh and make sure that they're blended out. You can go back in with that lighter shade too, the Limit shade that I used, or whatever shade you're using, whatever your lighter shade is, and kind of go around the edge and kind of blend them out as well. That can kind of help out. But see, like kind of softened it out. There will be fallout. A lot of palettes and a lot of eyeshadows do have fallout. And that's why a lot of people I know or I've seen have done like their eyeshadow first. I never learned that way or was taught that way. So what I like to do is I do my face first and then I go in and do my eyeshadow. And then what I like to do is take a big fluffy brush, and then I like to, when you see fallout, just kind of whisk it away. It doesn't want to go away. Kind of whisk it away, and then it's gone. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and finish the other eye. Now for my third color, I like to do mattes on the outside, and I like to do everything matte, and then my last color that I use either on the lid or wherever, I like to use a shimmer shade. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to use this color Carnival here, and I'm actually going to put that on the lid. Now with shimmer shades, there are different kinds of shimmer. There's like packed glitter, there's just a pressed eyeshadows. There's different ways and different formulas of different eyeshadows. With the pressed glitters and shimmers, sometimes you can go in with your fingers and you can actually rub them on and then put them on, especially if they're really hard to get up on the brush. You can use a setting spray. I like to use, I don't have it with me right now, but I have a MAC setting spray. It's like the Fix and Prime setting spray, and I like to use that to, I'll try to get the product on the brush, and then I will wet my brush with the Fix and Prime, and it'll kind of make it more opaque and shiny and glittery and all that kind of stuff. You can do your finger as well. I don't like to go in with my finger too much just because I have longer nails, and also I'm just weird and I don't like to get my fingers in my makeup. But those are other options if you'd like to either use your finger, or you can use the wetting your brush technique. You're more than welcome to. With the shimmers, I like to go in with a packing brush, so like more of a dense flat brush. This is a little fluffier than normal, but also this broke, so that's why the lid's not on. But I like to go in with a more of a flat, denser brush, and I like to pack it on the lid. I don't want to sweep. I want to go in and pat it on, just because it'll keep that shine and glitter. If you sweep, it'll kind of lose its it'll kind of lose it and blend in too much, and it'll look a little messy, at least in my opinion. But whenever I do like a glitter shimmery shade, I like to pack it on. I like glitter and shimmer. It's my life. But yeah, just kind of, I go from the inner corner up about halfway, like halfway into the lid. So you don't, I want it like over the darker shade a little bit, just so it blends in, and then down into the inner corner and up toward the crease. I mean, it's however you want it, but with this sort of look, if you want the crease color to show, don't go up to the crease, just kind of go right before the crease and pack it on. Another tip you can do is also to cut your crease, which I will make in a separate video. But you can use your concealer or primer, eye primer, and you can use a brush and kind of cut the crease out and where you want it, or you can cut out where you want to put that really pretty eyeshadow and then put it over it, and oh my gosh, it makes a world of difference. If you're using a colored shadow like a like a different color. It'll change the color a little bit, but it usually makes it more opaque and really stand out. But I will cover that in a separate video. So once you have it the way that you want, you can add eyeliner. I'm not a big eyeliner type of girl. I am still learning eyeliner. I still have to practice with it. I used to use eyeliner all the time. I never really did the wing. I just kind of used a pencil liner and I just kind of like outlined my lash line, and I also did some of it. Sometimes I did in my waterline. You can do that if you want. So I recommend having eyeliner in your kit if you'd like to do eyeliner or if you want to practice with eyeliner. There are plenty of different options. I like to have a white eyeliner in there just in case. I like to do my waterline in white sometimes. Or if you want to do white eyeliner, there's also other colored liners if you want to do colors. I just have the white just because I like to do my waterline sometimes, and it kind of brightens up your eye. This one is by NYX, and my favorite pencil liner personally is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil by Urban Decay. Theirs is very smooth. It stays all day. I recommend it to anybody that wants to get an eyeliner. But there are cheaper options. ColourPop's, the name kind of rubbed off a little bit. So this one is a black liner as well from ColourPop. It's a pencil liner. It's a retractable liner. And there's also this one, the name rubbed off too, but this is Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild is a pretty cheap brand. This is a good eyeliner as well. And if you're looking for they also have pot eyeliners. So it's like a gel liner and it's a little pot, and then you use an angled brush and you can do it that way. I have never tried that way before. If you want to be my guest, I hear it works really well. Another one is also, this is a liquid liner. This is by Too Faced. I'm not a big Too Faced person, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to do eyeliner today just because I want to keep this as neutral as possible. If you'd like to keep it neutral, they do also have brown eyeliner. And also another thing that you should have if you're going to have a pencil liner, you're going to want a sharpener. So this one I got at Ulta. This was probably only like a couple bucks. But you can open the top and the bottom and then clean it out whenever you're done with it. And yeah. Now on to mascara. I have found several mascaras that I love. There's a NARS, I think it's called Climax. That one they still sell. My personal favorite is the Urban Decay Troublemaker mascara. They don't make this anymore. I do have an extra one I did buy before they stopped selling them. This is my personal favorite though. If you do have it, I love it. There are other cheaper options as well for mascara. They do have a lot of drugstore brands that work very, very well. The Bambi Eye mascara, I think it's by L'Oreal. Yes, it's by L'Oreal. This is the Bambi Eye, and this one, I think it's about $11, and it works very well. This one is the waterproof one too. This one I'll wear if my eyes are watering. Sometimes I'll wear my nicer ones on the top lashes, my nicer mascaras on the top lashes, and then I'll wear the waterproof one on the bottom. I know waterproof isn't supposed to be very good for you, for your eyelashes, but this one I just have just in case. This is also one that I use on people, just because, for reasons. But we're gonna actually go in with the Bambi Eye mascara just because we want to keep it a simple look today, so we're gonna go in with a simple mascara. This one's very good. Coats the lashes nicely. I like to go over top with them at least once. I don't like them when they're really spidery looking. I don't know why people coat their lashes really badly and then they're like kind of spidery looking. I don't like that look. I just coat them a couple times. I'll go over the top of them and then we're done with the eyes. Something else you can have in your kit, if you'd like to, I don't wear them all the time, but you can wear them if you like them. I know they have like cheaper ones at Target and I think Walmart, but they do have lashes. I'm still, like the eyeliner, I'm still practicing with these. These are the House of Lashes Allura Light. These are really, really pretty. I just wore them for a really pretty look that I have. I did rainbow eyes and I wore these, and these were really pretty with them. These were the first time I was wearing these ones. I do like House of Lashes. I also have a brand, I also have Tarte as well. Those ones are really nice. But I have been practicing more with lashes. They do annoy me a little bit wearing them. I'm getting used to wearing them, but you can have them. And also if you're going to have lashes, I recommend getting tweezers, or you can use your fingers if you want, but I like to use tweezers to hold them while they're drying. And also you need lash glue. This is the Tarte one. This is the Tarteist Pro eyelash glue, and I like this one a lot. I think it works really well, but those are not necessary in your kit. Those are just if you want them or if you want to try them. They are a learning curve in makeup. They are for me, but I recommend them if you just want to like have a really pretty lash. They look gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. They look gorgeous, but all right. Now for lip care, you can get a lip scrub. These two are by Jeffree Star. I also have another one by Jeffree Star. I've also used a Lush one. I love Lush. That was about $9. They may be $10 now, but they have a lip scrub as well. I used the bubblegum one. It smelled and tasted amazing. These ones do as well. I think these are about $18, but you get a lot. They are vegan, and all of Jeffree Star's products are also vegan. These ones are also edible, not to replace a meal, but if you want to lick them off your lips or off your finger when you're done using them. I have this one here in spearmint. This one's my favorite next to the grape soda one, and I also have a pumpkin pie one. The pumpkin pie one's really good. That was my first one, but these two are two of my favorites. I like to use these right before I put my lipstick on. If you want to, what I used to do, if you don't have a lip scrub, is I like to put on chapstick before I do all my makeup and leave your chapstick on while you do your makeup so your lips are nice and soft, and then you can like kind of gently rub it off when you're done or whatever you want to do with it. I used to do that. I don't know if it's recommended, but that's what I did and it always helped me. But I like to go in with a lip scrub. We'll do grape soda today. So you can go in. Oh my god, it smells so good. Go in with your finger. First I rub my lips together. And yes, like I said, they are edible. And they taste really good. When you're done, I like to lick my lips off. I don't care if I get dead skin in my mouth. Doesn't bother me, it's mine. But you can wipe it off if you want to. But that's just what I like to do. I personally recommend a lip scrub. It makes your lips really, really soft. You can use them in your skincare routine if you want to, or you can use them like I use them, like during while you do your makeup. Now, another thing to put in your kit is lipstick. This is a Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick. Highly recommend. I think these are about $18 as well, but I highly recommend the Velour Liquid Lipsticks. They last forever. I had, I think it was like my brother's birthday, and I ate and I had several drinks and everything, and it lasted. I love this stuff. You can use any lipstick you want. NYX has really good lipstick. I personally don't like NYX. I don't think it lasts very long. Their normal lipstick. I've never tried their liquid lipsticks, but if you do, let me know how they are. But I personally recommend the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipsticks. They are a little bit on the pricier side, but they last forever and I love them. They come in a variety of different colors. I personally am a huge nude girl. I have a lot of nude lipsticks. I have some by Sugar Pill. That's another favorite of mine. Also, some of his lipsticks smell like root beer. He is a huge like sugar person. So a lot of his stuff smells like desserts. This one is, I didn't even tell you what color it is. This one is Celebrity Skin. This one is one of my favorites. The other one is the Manny MUA collaboration in Daddy. That one's another favorite. But this one I just love because it smells like root beer. You can also have lip liner in your kit too. I personally don't use lip liner. I've never used lip liner. I mean, I want to try it eventually just because a lot of people do use it. But I just like the way that lipstick looks by itself, so I don't really use a lip liner. But that is it for the makeup. I do recommend, you don't have to use it, but I do recommend a setting spray. But I recommend the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. This is in the Summer Solstice one. I like the way this one smells. They also had, I don't know if they still have it, but they had a cherry one when they came out with the cherry palette. That one smells really, really good. And their regular setting spray smells good too. But you just kind of spray it all on your face. And I kind of fan it in. And that is it for the makeup look. A couple of things to use when you're taking off your makeup. I like to use a variety of different things. I have this, if you don't mind spending the money on it, Clinique has a really good take the day off balm. This is the travel size. I also have a bigger size too. I'll link that down below. I don't remember the prices. They are a little bit on the pricey side, but a little goes a long way. But what you do is you take a little bit of it in your fingers and then you rub it all on your face and it melts your makeup off. Savior. I love it when I'm doing like Halloween makeup, or if I did just a big bold eye or whatever. But I recommend using that. That is up to you. You don't have to use it, but it is a big recommendation. Also, to get makeup wipes. These ones I actually got at I think it was Bell's Outlet. We have Bell's down in Florida. I think you can get them at Marshall's too. I do like them. They smell really good. I personally like the Neutrogena ones the best. I think they work the best, but these ones were good for now. I think my mom bought them for me, so I've been going through them. It came in a pack of like 5 different packs with different scents and what they do. Another thing I highly recommend, I think I got these for like 15 bucks. This is like a microfiber towel. It has 2 different sides. What you do is you wet it with warm water and then you just wipe off your makeup, and then you just be gentle with it and don't rub too hard, and make sure you do circular motions and you kind of bring it out. Don't drag your face down. But I really like these personally. I got this in a pack of 4 or 5 of them. It comes in different colors. I know they have the magic or makeup eraser. I think that's $20 for just one of them. But this one came in a pack of 4 for like 10 or 15 bucks. So, highly recommend. You can just use soap and water. I know sometimes soap and water doesn't get all of your makeup off, but whatever you can use that. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you want to see more nude eye looks, or if you want to see something more bold or anything that you like, please comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notifications for notifications on whenever I post a new video. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you learned something new. If you would like to give me some tips on my own or something that you might recommend, please let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys, and I hope that you find a little bit of magic today. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.